Supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we get ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there. I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on. I can respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild, like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
All right, so look, let me start off this video by saying that even if I believe you to be guilty of other things, or even if I believe you to be guilty of the current situation at hand, and it is later proven that you are actually not only innocent, but the person was lying on you, I'm the type of person, I have no problem backtracking. I have no problem apologizing. I have no problem saying that I was wrong in my assumptions or my predictions or whatever it may be. I wholeheartedly stand by that. In fact, I will go as far to say that I am also just like a lot of you all in the comment section, in that I believe that if a person is proven to be a liar, I think the more serious the accusations are, the more time they should face. So in other words, I think whatever time the accused is facing or would have been facing with said accusations or allegations, I think should be the same amount of time the accuser should be facing if it is proven that they lied on that person, right? I stand by that. And I know a lot of you, when it comes to the Jay-Z situation, I've seen a lot of you all hop in the comment section on my video and other people's videos and say, man, y'all just want him to be guilty, or, we're just rooting for him, his downfall, and it's rooted in self-hate, especially in the black community. We just want another black person to be guilty of something. Like, you, personally, how I feel about that, you can miss me with that disingenuous BS. You want to know why? Because I don't care if you're the biggest Jay-Z fan in the world, you are being completely disingenuous and just dishonest if you're pretending that there isn't even good reason to believe that Jay-Z could be guilty of this, right? Number one, guilty by association. Let's just start there, right? You are the company that you keep. In the sole fact that this man wasn't just friends, but close friends, not just professionally, but it seemed personally to me as well, with people like P. Diddy, and we know all the history and the accusations there, Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly. He ran closely, did an album with R. Kelly, even after all the allegations came out about this man. All the rumors that were circulating in the industry about this man, you still did music with him, right? Guilty by your history, right? If you just look at Jay-Z's history, right? You look at Beyonce, he admitted himself that he met Beyonce when she was 16. A lot of people speculate that they were already involved by that point in time. Can you prove that? I don't know, and I'm not putting that on him, but it didn't look good in this interview.
It's because Beyonce has a deal, and they know I know her. So, but
how long have you known her?
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
was it 5 years? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago. I met her 10 years ago.
But did you say to yourself at that time, wow?
I said, yeah, that's a fantastic talent.
Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Foxy Brown, bro. Like, not only is it proven that he was doing music where they was talking about explicit and very nasty things in the songs with Foxy Brown when she was underage, but it's been alleged by several people, including Nick Cannon, that when these folks were seen out and about with each other, it was clear that they were together.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
nothing about
boss. I'm just asking a question.
that. I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh,
I don't
now
know
you
what
ain't
talking-
in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You was. I'm just saying.
I promise you. I
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
what that, did I sign her? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying
it sounds
is in this
you got
industry,
some-
when we live
it
in these
seems
glass
like you got.
houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. So when you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now? Just curious.
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me. Oh,
I would say because you was there. I only can ask the people. You my man. We close. You was there. That's all I was asking.
it would be so out of my character to speak on another man's business.
So we not gonna do that because we don't want you to speak out of character.
Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character.
All of those diseases that she contracted from all of that unprotected sex with him. And I'm not
Allegedly.
saying alleged. You say allegedly. I'm not, because I know it to be true. She had sex with my cousin right after that. She burned him. She set the numbers for the CDC in Philly on a new high at 15, 16, 17 years old. She was running all around Philadelphia because Jay-Z promised her that they could be, normal when she wasn't with Corrupt. Corrupt was her fake boyfriend.
But if you go be mad at R. Kelly, you got to be mad at Jay-Z. Foxy Brown said Jay-Z was putting that harsh when she was 15, 16. She said the man got a horse. That's what that little girl said. She said Jay-Z got a horse. And he was putting that harsh when we were 15, 16.
I'm young. I've been 14. That's when God's 30 years old. What? Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
This is normal behavior in the black culture.
Rihanna, right? You can point to Aaliyah. Is there proof about Aaliyah? No, but you can point to the fact in these photos, it just don't look right, bro. It just not looking right. Your history isn't really aligning up here, and not to mention it's been alleged that you had a kid with a 16-year-old woman or a 16-year-old girl. Another reason why it wouldn't be so far-fetched to at least entertain the idea that this could have been true or could still be true is the fact that when the people that's around you, some of your quote-unquote colleagues or people that work in the industry, have said some of the same things and said that it's not that far-fetched, it adds credibility to the accusations. Like Rihanna's publicist, or at least her ex-publicist, Jonte Hay, who I interviewed on this channel, who said himself that he has very good reason to believe and very good knowledge to believe that Jay-Z and Rihanna was 100% involved.
I want to actually ask you a question about Jay-Z. You said in that interview with Jaguar Wright and Real Life Productions, you stated that you were actually the one responsible for spreading the rumor that Jay-Z and Rihanna had hooked up. Now, my question to you is, do you believe that at all? Did you believe that rumor before you said it, before you claimed it? Do you believe that there's any truth? Not saying that you're accusing Jay-Z. Let's make this clear. We're not trying to get anybody in trouble here. But do you believe that there's a possibility that that could have been true?
So as far as the rumor, I came out and said that I started the rumor a long time ago because I was told that I would be rewarded significantly.
Okay.
For coming out and saying that I started the rumor, and it stuck. I was to be the one that was to fall on the sword, so to speak.
Now, you didn't answer the question. You don't have to if you don't want to. At any moment, did you personally feel that they could have had something going on? Jay-Z and Rihanna?
Definitely.
You can say okay, allegedly, definitely.
Not allegedly.
Okay, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
See, I agree with you 100%. That's what I believe as well. And the people that reached out to you, they essentially made you cover this up. They, like you said, made you throw yourself on the sword and take responsibility for something that you weren't even the one 100% behind the rumor. They just told you to say it. correct?
Correct.
When you got people like Larry Johnson, who was signed to Rock Nation at one point in time, who was 100% considered, or was at one point in time considered, an upper echelon celebrity, or however you want to see him, who shared this story right here about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
We were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there. I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework. But she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on. I can respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking loud music and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories. I've seen it with my own eyes and I've been in situations.
What do you say to that? But for those of you who don't know and hadn't heard the news yet, apparently this lady who's accused Jay-Z of assaulting her, essaying her, R-wording her alongside Diddy back in the early 2000s when she was 13 years old, decided for some reason to go and interview with NBC.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs' Jay-Z of she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward, talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through. It's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No,
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says. She spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy.
He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
Says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home. He could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me.
But something weird is going on here, y'all, and just hear me out. Just hear me out. So this lady decides, so let me get this straight. This lady decides to go and interview with NBC, one of the largest platforms in the world, but she wants her identity to remain hidden. She don't want her name or her face to be shown. Got it. Even though she's on one of the largest platforms and any of that stuff can be leaked, but okay. Furthermore, she decided to go on this platform without her attorney, okay? She gets on the platform and then she chooses and she proceeds to share this story about how she's autistic, so she deals with autism, how she dealt with or deals with a head injury, how apparently for this VMA situation where this thing supposedly started off from back in the early 2000s, she claims that her friend, while she was 13 years old, she had a friend that drove her 5 hours all the way to the award show, the same 5-hour drive that her father would make to pick her up and to proceed to not ask her any questions and drive her back without saying anything to her. There are some deadbeats out here. I don't know too many fathers that's going to do that, but okay. But furthermore, this same dad, whether he knows what happened to this girl or not, has already released a statement stating that, to his recollection, he doesn't remember any of this ever happening. Something weird is going on here, y'all. Listen, it's not a matter of just wanting someone to be guilty. It's not that, man. And like I said, if it's proven, then so be it. But Jay-Z has already released a statement saying this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed, referring to Bugsby, the attorney, filed in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. And then Bugsby responded and released a statement saying Jane Doe's case was referred to our firm by another who vetted it prior to sending it to us. He told NBC News in an email, our client remains fiercely adamant that what she has stated is true to the best of her memory. We will continue to vet her claims and collect corroborating data to the extent it exists. Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. I've never had a client suggest that before. Here's what's weird, man. I refuse to believe that any attorney, especially attorney, regardless of how you feel about him, you say, well, he's doing this for money. He's doing this for... Well, here's the problem with that argument, right? Because whether it's true or not, isn't here or there. You know why? Because nurses do things for money, right? Ambulance drivers do work for money. Doctors work for money. Surgeons work for money. And a lot of them probably wouldn't do it if they didn't get paid to do it, right? Does that make what they're doing that less admirable? No. So let's just move that out of the way just real fast. This man is currently suing BlackRock, some of the biggest corporations in the world. He's representing all of those victims from the Travis Scott situation that happened a few years back. And he's won some cases, several of them. He's gotten settlements in a lot of these cases. I refuse to believe that this same person, who is high profile at this point, very successful, will take on a case, decide to go public with it without credible evidence, without quantifiable evidence. I just refuse to believe that. Another thing I would say is that for a lot of you all that don't know, this just doesn't look good for Jay-Z in the sense that, so you're innocent, yet before all of this became public, you were doing a lot of things behind the scenes that a lot of y'all probably don't know about to prevent this story from even coming forth. What do I mean by that? You say, well, he was doing that because once a story gets out there, you have that dirt, you have that stain on your name. It's all about reputation. No, it's not about that, because if it was really about that, I'm not saying just pay, even if you aren't guilty. But when you start doing things like hiring private investigators to find dirt on the attorney who's making these claims again, who's representing the person that's making these claims against you, it just doesn't look good. Why are you hiring a private investigator to try to find dirt on the attorney? Not to mention, one of these private investigators, it has been proven, was one of the people that viral video when that content creator said that they had some people coming out and questioning them or trying to pay them or insinuate that they would pay them to sway the Diddy story one way or the other. Well, it turns out that one of the men is one of the same private investigators that Jay-Z allegedly hired to investigate and to intimidate Bugsby, the attorney Bugsby. That is hella criminal, bro, and very suspect. If you're innocent, why do you care? If there's no evidence, why do you care? Another thing is, a lot of you all may not know this, but apparently there is about to be more allegations to come towards Jay-Z. There are apparently other alleged victims that this attorney is representing.
This is why Jay-Z. So from what I heard, there's been like 4 or 5, like chicks claiming Jay-Z did whatever. They're like, yo, pay us money, right? And I do think if it was one that maybe he was like, you know what? I don't want her to come out and start doing interviews. Let me just pay this one girl off. Maybe he would. He was like, yo, I'm not admitting to nothing. I'm just going to pay you off because you feel hurt. But there's a lot of them. And what happens is when you're Jay-Z status, 4 or 5 bring 40 to 50 more. You got a hotline for Diddy. Imagine the Jigga hotline. It ain't going to be 1-900 hustler. It's going to be 1-900 payday.
I'm just saying this is something's weird here. Do I want to go as far to say Jay-Z and his attorney has scripted all of this, put all of this together, or maybe some settlement has been already met behind the scenes and they have all worked together to sort of put out or drag out this narrative or wrap this story up this way to clean up Jay-Z's image? I don't know if I want to go that far, But again, whether you're a fan of Jay-Z's or not, whether you think he's guilty or not, just as best as you can, as unbiased as you can, just look at this situation and just tell me, as it's presented, something isn't weird here. Why does she not have her attorney with her in this call? Another in this interview, another thing I want y'all to consider, how they edited this interview. Just hear me out. The way that they edited this interview was very weird, because not only were they showing clips and pieces of things she actually said, but part of the interview, as you all saw, because I showed the clip earlier in this video, they were showing clips where she said something and then they were quoting her instead of just letting the entire interview just play out as is.
Went to the MTV Video Music Awards in Towson to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No,
In addition to having autism, woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
Why are you quoting what she told you? Why are you quoting how she followed up and said the words, "I've made a lot of mistakes with this case, but I remain adamant"? If you've ever been a part of anything legally, whether you've studied criminal justice, criminal law, whether you've been a part of a case, you were the victim or the accused, it doesn't matter. Tell me with a straight face, it isn't. We all know that in order to clean up a person's image, you need certain things to be said where it sounds and it makes for good case, and not only the court of public opinion, but an actual court of law. You need certain statements to be said that are irrefutable. Saying things like, "I've made some mistakes, I have a head injury, I'm autistic," having your dad come out with a quote, saying that you ran into a couple of celebrities, the Madden brothers, and you asked them about their tattoos just so they can come out, release a statement saying that they weren't even at the, not only were they not at the party, but they were in the middle of the country on tour somewhere. Okay, I just personally believe this is creepy. Y'all hop in the comment section. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I just believe if it walked like a duck, if it talked like a duck, if it sound like a duck, it's not a freaking dog. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hop in the comment section, let me know what you all think. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out, because it is appearing as Jay-Z is innocent, so to speak. But I'm curious to just hear how this will continue to play out. I'm Demetrius, man. I go by Didi. That's all for this one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.